Hello everyone, my name is Luke, aka The Horror Nerd, and welcome back to Dread Central. First video of 2025. Happy 2025, by the way. I hope you guys are already doing well. You know, the year just started. Things are going a little bit rough. That New Orleans attack was fucking terrible. That really kind of caught me off guard. I hope everyone has not let that really get to them that much. Human beings are just being destructive animals as usual. It's the fucked up world we live in. But anyways, still, let's all stay up. Let's all try and be as positive as we can, even though this is literally a negative video. I did want to start off with making a negative video for the year, but goddamn, son, like, gun media, you guys fucked up. You guys high-key fucked me up here. All I can do is laugh because it's the only way I can cope. Okay, now a bunch of other YouTubers have already kind of showed this. I'm just throwing in my 2 cents here, but bro, gun media, fuck gun media, okay? Just fuck gun media, and especially Scene S. Cunningham for starting all of this lawsuit bullshit in the first place. Now, as you guys probably already most likely know, Friday the 13th, the game, has tragically died. I did not even get a chance to play it one last time because, I'm not good at saying goodbye. If I would have played the game knowing it would have been my last time being able to play online with other people, bro, all those memories, and let's just say that during December of 2024, I was already in a very emotional state, just being hit by all the nostalgia. If I would have played Friday the 13th, the game, knowing that it would have been my last time, I don't think I would have been mentally strong enough to handle it. So I didn't even want to say goodbye to the game. I'd rather just have my memories of when the game was still alive. I just couldn't do it. Like, all those memories would have just came back all at once, and it would have overwhelmed me. I couldn't do it. I didn't want to say goodbye to it. I couldn't do it. But now that this shit has happened, I am even more pissed off and even more emotional than I was before, because gun media has pretty much robbed everyone who played Friday the 13th, because although the game is still playable for people who already brought it, if it's still in your Xbox library, your PlayStation library, your PC library, whatever, like, you're not going to lose the game itself if you have already purchased it. You're just going to lose literally all of the DLC that you brought for it. And the thing that really pisses me off the most is back in 2023, when Gun Media announced that the game would soon be delisted from the stores, they were like, oh, you only have a limited time to buy all the DLCs before the game is finally removed. And, you know, I'll admit they made the DLCs dirt cheap, including the actual game itself. I think it was like $14 or some shit before they delisted it. They basically was trying to force you, or they were trying to make you feel like you had a limited time to buy all the DLCs, because, well, you pretty much did. And, you know, for the people who didn't already have the game, they went out, they bought the game, they bought all the DLCs, because the game was being delisted, and now all of those DLCs have been completely removed from the game. You no longer have access to those DLCs. And this is even worse for the people who bought those DLCs before the game was being delisted, because the people who did buy those DLCs back in 2023 when the game was only available for a limited time, they were able to secure those DLCs, including the game itself, for a very low price. But the people who paid full price for the game as well as all of the DLCs, not even including the cosmetics for the counselors, all of that shit is now completely gone. And this is just more perfect examples of whatever you buy digitally can be taken away from you at any time, even if you paid actual money for it. These fucking companies don't give a shit. You could have paid so much money for a game and its DLC, because, you know, these are live service games, as if that wasn't bad enough, and then they can just be taken away from you if the game is no longer available and if the server's shut down. And let me tell y'all something. Friday the 13th is just one game that this is going to happen to. This is going to start happening more often. If Gun Media can get away with doing shit like this, every other company is also safe to do this, because what are we supposed to do? There's nothing we can do. We as consumers have no control over the digital products that we spend hundreds of dollars on every single fucking day with our hard-earned cash. And it's so pathetic how powerless we are to stop all this nonsense. Even if you bought a physical copy of Friday the 13th, the game, you still will no longer have access to any of your DLCs. And I know that some people might not think this is a big deal because, oh, it's just DLCs, but really and truly it is a big deal. The game itself is barely even playable anymore. This was a full price game that some people spent money on, including myself, because I didn't buy Friday the 13th when it was being delisted. I've always had Friday the 13th, so I'm one of the people who paid full price for it. And there was a lot of other people who also paid full price for it, including all of the DLC. So people spent money on this game. That's my point. It doesn't matter if it was $50 or $10. We still spent money on this game, and now it has been pretty much stripped away from everyone who did it. And like I said, this is just more proof and another perfect, painful example that all of this digital stuff that we have, it does not belong to us. These fucking companies can take it away from us at any point. They literally have restrictions over our digital goods that we buy. You know, they decide if we can keep it before a game gets delisted, if we can keep the DLCs or not, if we can keep the game itself or not. Because, bro, even whole games get taken out of people's digital libraries because these companies are the ones who are in control of everything. They decide if you are allowed to keep your digital goods when something happens or not. Because if something happens where the company loses like the rights to something, or if they're no longer allowed to sell it, they can take it away from you at any time. That shit happens with digital movies all the time. There's so many stories of people losing their digital owned movies from their digital movie libraries because the company ran into a problem where they no longer had the rights to sell it on that platform, or they lost the rights to it, or it was a copyright reason. There's so many reasons. So that's just more reasons for us to not spend so much money on all of this digital bullshit because, bro, we do not own anything. This was a fucking conspiracy theory at one point. You will own nothing and you will be happy. Bro, that's exactly what's happening. All of your digital content does not belong to you. Hey, bro, look at my digital library. These are all my games. No, the fuck they aren't. They're in your screen and they're in your digital account, but they do not belong to you. I've said this before a long time ago, and I'll say it again. Buying a digital game, or buying, if you have lots of digital games, this is what it's like. Your account, whether it's your PlayStation account, your Microsoft account, your Nintendo account, whatever, your digital account is used as like a key for a treasure chest that unlocks all of your digital goods. But sometimes the company that gives you that digital chest, they could come in and they can take those games and all of your digital content out of that chest without the key if they want to. And if you lose your account, then it's over with. Your digital content is not secure. Either the company can screw you over, your account might get lost. There's so many possibilities as to what could happen to our digital content. A scenario we lose some of our games, or in this case, our purchased DLC, like for Friday the 13th. Like, this is just such a fucked up situation. Like I said before, this was a conspiracy theory. Bro, we don't even own our homes anymore. If people in this fucked up country even have enough money to buy a home, guess what? You still gotta pay property taxes. If you don't, then you lose the home too. We don't own everything. Everything that even we buy still belongs to the big companies and big fucking corporate suits that sell it to us. We give them millions of dollars and we still don't have ownership because we still gotta give them more money. The same shit applies here to all of these games. All of our digital content does not belong to us. Your digital library, no matter how many games that you have in that digital library, it still doesn't belong to you. You could have spent over $3,000 worth of digital goods on your PlayStation, on your Xbox, on your PC, even on PC. You know, fucking PC players think they're safe from this shit. Really, you're not. Yeah, you can pirate those games, but still, it's still a problem. We as consumers deserve true ownership over our goods, whether it's physical or digital. There needs to be some kind of new law that prohibits these digital companies from having so much ownership over things that we buy. we're supposed to have ownership because we buy them with our money. Like, I thought this is how it's supposed to work. We buy things, we own them. That's what our money is for. Like, what's the fucking purpose of money if the things we buy with them still doesn't even belong to us? Like, what the fuck? Also, another thing I forgot to say, bro, Gun Media is fucking trash. Like, these motherfuckers could have easily allowed us to keep our digital content on Friday the 13th. All of those DLCs that we purchase, they could have allowed us to keep those DLCs. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you guys, basically, when you try and play in like an offline lobby in Friday the 13th where you just play as Jason and just like kill the bots, there's only 2 Jasons available to play as. You've got Part 3 Jason and you've got Part 5 Jason. All of the other Jasons are locked. You no longer have access to those Jasons. And, you know, this wouldn't be such a big problem if those Jasons were already in the game. Like I said, these Jasons were paid for. These were DLC characters. So the fact that they are now locked and no longer available, tell me with a straight face that we did not get robbed. Because we did. We just got fucking bamboozled. Gun Media just picked us up by our legs and just shook us on the ground and then dropped us on our fucking heads. Like, they just took away our DLC. Again, just more proof and a better example that none of our shit belongs to us, especially live service games. Bro, live service games are fucking garbage. Not only do most live service games have lots of DLC that you gotta pay for, but bro, live service games don't last forever. Eventually, just like Friday the 13th, most live service games will eventually shut down. And the thing that pisses me off the most is the developers of these live service games have the option of actually allowing us to keep the DLC that we spent. So much money that we spend on these live service games. Like, when a live service game is about to shut down, they should actually give us all previously released DLC for free as like a final gift for playing our game before we shut it down. That's what Gun Media should have done. But instead, no, they take away all of our fucking shit. And this is why live service games in general are so bad, because live service games, they have a limited lifespan. Sure, games like Fortnite and Dead by Daylight are still going strong, but even those games will eventually shut down. Like, there's probably going to be a time where even Fortnite shuts down when they make another one. If they do ever make another. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe Fortnite's going to last till we're in our fucking 80s. I don't know. But live service games, most of the time, do eventually shut down. And like I said, live service games, most of the time, live service games are really not that good. Because you got to pay extra money for them. Like, live service games are also fully priced. Like, that new fucking Predator game that came out, like, this fucking Predator game. Okay, so this is Predator Hunting Grounds. So as you guys can see, this game is actually on sale right now. Oh wow, it's only $14. And ironically enough, this game is actually made by some of the same people who worked on Friday the 13th. Ilphonic. These guys work with Gun Media. Now let me show you guys just how fucked up these prices are. Now, I believe this is the most expensive version of the game that comes with all the DLCs. This game is $74. It's on sale right now for $52. And why is it so expensive, you may ask? Because it comes with all of these fucking DLCs. Now tell me, what's gonna happen when this game shuts down? Are we gonna lose all of this DLC too? Like, imagine someone paying so much money for a live service game that comes with all of the DLCs, and then when this game inevitably ends up like Friday the 13th, you're just gonna lose all of it. You see, this is what pisses me off the most. Like, these fucking live service games, they're full price. And even if they're not full price, the amount of money that you will spend on the DLCs will probably cost you just as much as the game itself. Like, this is why live service games suck. Bro, Helldivers 2 was one of the only live service games that I actually liked. This is how live service games should actually go. In live service games, every DLC that is released and all of the updates that are released, when those updates come with new content, you should be able to unlock them instead of just spending money for them. Because here's the thing, there's always going to be people who will buy those DLCs. Maybe not everyone, but the game will still make its money because, first of all, people will still be buying it. The game will gain new players who will have to buy the game first, and there will be people who will still spend money on the in-game microtransactions or just the new DLCs, but there should always be an option for people who don't want to spend any more money on a live service game. But all these developers, man, they're too fucking greedy. That's why live service games most of the time just don't work, because there's always got to be some catch where you got to spend additional dollars on the game that you already spent a lot of dollars on. Like, that's what pisses me off. But anyways, man, with this whole Friday the 13th situation, man, it's fucked up. Gun Media is fucking trash. I will never buy a game from these people ever again. The fucking losers that they got working on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, bro, I think his name is Wes or something. I think that's one of their names, bro. The people, the two guys, whatever their names are, bro, those fucking losers have completely destroyed Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It is nothing more but an unbalanced pay-to-win piece of shit. Every single character, like every new character they released in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, either they're too overpowered or they have a really bad effect on the game. And when they make a character in TCM that's like really overpowered, whether it's one of the victims or the family members, because they've had both. They've had overpowered family members and overpowered victims. They're pretty much paid to win. And then you'll buy those strong characters to gain an advantage, and then they'll nerf those characters, meaning that you just wasted money. Like, TCM is fucking trash. Like, all of those problems could be fixed if the game was more balanced. I thought Dead by Daylight was an unbalanced piece of shit. Smack me in the face, because holy crap was I wrong. TCM, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I call it dog shit. That game is terrible. That game is so fucking unbalanced. Every character, like I said, every character that they release in that game is either completely broken, or is completely trash, or is just completely overpowered. Like, that's all they do. At this point, TCM is actually worse than Dead by Daylight. At least Dead by Daylight has some layers of balance. At least in Dead by Daylight, it's not that bad. Bro, at least in Dead by Daylight, you could actually unlock the characters in that game for free if you grind hard enough. They were supposed to release a currency system for TCM that would have allowed you to earn in-game currency by just playing the game, which can then be used to buy new characters, whether family or victim, or even cosmetics, because that game is loaded with cosmetics. Holy crap. TCM rivals Fortnite in terms of how many cosmetics that fucking game gets. They changed their mind. They decided, nope, we're not going to add this in-game currency. You can just keep giving us $10 for each fucking character. Because that's how much each character costs in this fucking piece of shit game. Wow, this game looks so much fun. What the fuck? $10 for just one character? And $10 for another character? And all of these bro, I gotta buy all of these. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy all of these. Yeah, this is definitely worth my money. Most definitely. Although they did kind of lower the price for TCM, because TCM used to be a $40 game, they lowered it to like $19.99, I think, maybe to justify the high cost. But bro, if you want like each new character that comes to TCM, like if you're like a diehard fan of that game and you want both the new victim and the new family member, you're gonna have to pay $20 fucking dollars. $20 fucking dollars for a full... The game is still full price. $20 is... I mean, yeah, it's cheaper, but still... Bro, a game that gets that many fucking paid for cosmetics and characters, a game like that should be free. I'll say it right now, because if the game... Listen, if a live service game is going to have every DLC that comes to that game locked behind a paywall, it should be free. Because, think about it. Like, just think about it. A live service game getting constant updates and getting constantly new content, all of it locked behind a paywall. You gotta pay for it either way. So that game should be free. Because people are going to have to pay more money for it either way. This is why so many live service games like Call of Duty, for example, are considered garbage. Because the games are full price, and then you got to pay even more for the updates that comes with new content. It's good that live service games continue to get updates, I mean, because that's how live service games work, right? You know, live service games continue to get updates, they continue to get new content, new DLCs. That's all good and dandy, but... when you gotta constantly pay so much money for all of that new shit, I mean, look, I get it. Game developers and companies need to make their money back because working on those new DLCs requires money and resources, but there's a better way to do it. In-game currency is a great way to do that because there's, like I said, there's still going to be people who will buy DLC and there's people who don't want to buy DLC. There should be an option for both. And if that doesn't work out, then you should make just some of the DLCs locked behind a paywall. Not all of it. Some of it should be either earned through in-game currency if there's an option for it, which there should be, and then there should be some that is locked behind a paywall. And DLCs that are locked behind a paywall should not be that fucking expensive. Like, come on. If the game is full price, then the devs are gonna still make their money. But anyways, like I said, this whole situation with Friday the 13th, bro, this is fucking garbage. Like, this is such a shitty ass situation. Like, the game is pretty much completely unplayable now. The only thing that's still available is just the virtual cabin because, you know, nothing was taken away from that. Oh, and of course the single player challenges where you play as Jason, you gotta like kill counselors in like a specific way or some shit. That's it. So the game is still semi-playable, but for the most part, bro, the game is barely even playable anymore. They have completely ruined this game. All they had to do was just allow us to keep our Jasons. That's literally all we asked for. They turned off the servers. They completely butchered everything. Bro, there's not even an option to play as counselor anymore. Like, they should have added like a bot mode where the Jason is played by a bot and you can still play as a counselor. Like, this game should have had some work put into it before it got shut down. That's the least they could have done. Like, as a final goodbye and as a final gift for all the people who've been playing this game, even after dedicated servers were shut down a while back, those people who continue to stick by after everything this game went through, those people deserved a fucking goodbye gift. They should have got one. They should have given us, like, either all the unreleased content, Savini Jason including Uber Jason. They should have given us a new mode to continue playing as counselor with a bot Jason. Like, they could have given us so much as just a final goodbye for Friday the 13th, and Gun Media did absolutely none of that. And that is so incredibly unforgivable. Like I said, bruh, I will never fucking buy a game from these people ever again. The minute I see Gun Media on the label of a new game, I'm not even gonna look at it. I swear to God, whether it's a Michael Myers game, a fucking Freddy Krueger game, even if it's a new Friday the 13th game, I will not let them do that shit to me again. Because I feel robbed personally. I genuinely feel robbed right now. I will never buy a game from Gun Media ever again. You fucking people are scum. You are complete scums of the earth, and you are the exact reason developers like you who make all of these live service games, this is why live service games have such a bad rep. Live service games can actually be good. I've already explained how. Like, live service games can actually be good. The more greedier a developer is, the more shittier it will make your game look. I mean, look at Helldivers 2. That game is a perfect example of how to do live service right. Or that Spider-Verse game that was supposed to come out that got canceled by our good old pals at Sony because they want to make Concord instead. Bro, live service games are bad because of the people who make them and manage them, not the games themselves. Live service games can be great. Live service games can give so many people hours, days, weeks, and possibly years of great fun and great entertainment if they are done right. Like I said, if you are scummy and you put extreme greediness and scummy tactics in your live service game, it's not going to work and people are going to give you that look of shame and disrespect because it's what you fucking deserve when you do such shameful acts like that. And it is a shameful act, you know. I mean, greedy developers, bruh, they've been ruining gaming since the beginning. They've been ruining gaming since EA's bullshit. Anyways, guys, yeah, this whole situation, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just a lonely YouTuber who makes videos like this. There's nothing I can do. I've heard that some people are going to try and, like, contact Gun Media, bro. They're not going to do anything. You're just wasting your time. Like I said in the beginning of this video, we do not have any control over these companies that sell us our digital goods. We don't even own those. Like, I've actually stopped buying digital games at full price. I wait for sales now because I still do buy digital games sometimes. Most of the time, as ashamed as I am to admit that, I'm kind of a hypocrite really, but it's too hard for me to get physical copies, bro. I have no choice, but I've stopped buying full price digital games because if they ever get taken away from me, at least I don't gotta be so mad about it. You know, at least I don't gotta tell myself I paid full price for a game and now it's gone. I'm not saying that you're always gonna lose your digital goods. I mean, it's kind of rare, but it happens sometimes, and it's just a really pissy situation. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. What a tragic end. What a tragic end for Friday the 13th. This game did not deserve this. The people who played it did not deserve... Bro, this was one of the best multiplayer games ever made, in my opinion. Like, people grew up with Black Ops 2 as their favorite multiplayer game. I grew up with Friday the 13th. This was my childhood game right here. Maybe not my whole childhood, but... You know, I played this game during so many times during my life, and I've met so many amazing people. Some people I'm still friends with till this day because of Friday the 13th. Shout out to Reptile King Gaming. He's one of those people. But yeah, guys, this Gun Media, fuck you guys. You guys fucking suck. I don't care what your reasons were. I don't care if it was because of copyright or lawsuit or whatever the fuck. And Sean S. Cunningham, the one who started all this bullshit with Friday the 13th in the first place, Sean S. Cunningham is a fucking dick licker. Fuck Sean Cunningham. He's the one who started this lawsuit bullshit with Friday the 13th in the first place. If it wasn't for that motherfucker, this game would have probably never even died. It's all his fault. He's the one who started this fucking lawsuit in the first place. Victor Miller was actually optimistic about the Friday the 13th game. He just wanted the rights to the fucking franchise back. Bro, Sean S. Cunningham, he only made the first movie in the Friday the 13th franchise. That motherfucker hasn't even seen the rest of the films, which he doesn't even own them. Sean Cunningham didn't even make the character of Jason. That was made by Victor Miller. Sean S. Cunningham is a fucking piece of shit. I fucking despise that man with every fiber of my being. I fucking despise him so much. So yeah, fuck Sean Cunningham, fuck Gun Media, and fuck whoever was involved in the final decision to make all of the Jasons unplayable. You could have given us so much more. A final gift, a final goodbye gift would have been so much appreciated by the community that still stuck by and played this game after everything that happened. All of those dedicated fans got pretty much smacked in the face as the final gift from Gun Media and Friday the 13th. Fuck those assholes. Fuck them so hard. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this whole thing. Just it's kind of got me fuming. This is why Dead by Daylight is still alive. Dead by Daylight is a fucking dog shit game, fucking cancer in the form of a game. But this is the reason why. People like Gun Media, companies like Gun Media that make all of these asymmetrical horror games that just end up dying after like the first fucking week. Bro, Killer Clowns, that game looks so promising, and it's dead now. It's dead because it was made by incompetent developers who did not give it what it needed. Proper updates, more content, better balance, bug fixes. Bro, that game has been out for so long, and it's still full of bugs. Those are the people who make all of these asymmetrical online horror games. That's why they die so soon. This is why Dead by Daylight is still alive. And all these other games are actually dead by daylight, or dead within a week, as I like to call it. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below, guys, about what you think of this whole bullshit scheme, because this shit was a scheme. It was just one big fucking scam, Sean Cunningham, the scam of Sean. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you stuck by till the end of this video, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. First video 2025, let's fucking go. And I will see you guys in the next discussion video, next gameplay video, whatever I end up doing next. I hope to see you guys there. Thank you so very much for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, leave your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear them. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. This was Luke, aka the Horror Nerd, and you have just watched Dread Central. I hope I see you guys again here. And yeah, stay spooky, stay happy, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.